You're listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of ABK Media Group, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County every day at 9 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday, all my fellow Gwinnetians. I'm so glad to be back here with you this morning. Let me tell you, I went to Vegas last Wednesday. After the show, I had to jump on the plane and go to Vegas, and I had a really, really wonderful time. First I had a rocky start because I realized on the second day that it was the anniversary of my dad's passing. So I had a kind of funky day that day, but the trip overall ended up being beautiful. I got to visit some beautiful places in Vegas, spent some time with my grandbaby and my daughter and her boyfriend. It turned out to be really nice. I had a funky day, I think on Thursday when I did the show. So when you heard me do the show Thursday, it was like, ew. But it wound up being beautiful. Here's what I discovered, right? And I've been to Vegas 3 times now. And most of the time I've gone, I've never had a chance to really go and sightsee and do anything because I was either there on business or there for my dad's funeral. This time it was just strictly, just a little bit of fun. And a little bit of business, a little bit of fun. More fun than business this time. But anyway, we went to somewhere called Red Rock, right? And it's like a reservation of just mountains. And when I tell you it was beautiful, it was beautiful. It was so beautiful just to see nature up close like that. And thinking about, wherever you live in the world, I'm sure you have some beautiful places because there are just some beautiful places on earth. And, a lot of times we're like, oh, I want to go travel. I want to go here. I want to go there. And that's cool. I'm not saying it's not cool. But there are a lot of beautiful places right here in the United States that are just have not been discovered by most people. Like, that's a 4-hour flight for us from here. But when I got there, I'm like, oh my God, that's such a long flight. I don't know how I'm going to visit out of the country because that was a long flight to me. And, maybe because I'm getting older and it's long. But anyway, it was just beautiful to see like different things and different cultures. And like, I'm in a different state, but it felt like I was in a different world out in Vegas. And not because of the casinos and the strips, but because of, the way it looks. Like you see all the adobe houses, you see desert, you see cactus, it was crazy, but it was really nice and refreshing. And I sat outside, on the top of, not on the top, but I was up pretty high on Red Rock, just kind of sitting out. People were there taking pictures. I got a few pictures that I'm going to post on the website later today, but it was a really great trip after all. I thought it was going to be a bummer, but I wound up just having a really nice time with my daughter and the baby and the boyfriend, and just taking that time to just reflect for a moment because it's really important that you just stop for a second and reflect. And so I'm sitting up there on the mountain because they took a hike. I was like, listen, I'm not hiking down that hill. And then they went to the bottom of the mountain and back up. I was like, yeah, no, I'm going to sit here and just people watch and just think. And as I sat there, it was so funny because a chipmunk, so I guess the chipmunk was like, listen, you're in my space. The chipmunk was not afraid of anybody. It was just running around people's feet. I was like, oh my God, this thing. So I'm talking to my husband on the phone. It's like, man, the chipmunk is coming right up to me. Was not afraid at all. Now, I guess he was like, listen, lady, you in my space, and I thought that was pretty funny, but it gave me a moment to just stop and reflect. And I had to say to myself, a lot of times I try to be very open-minded and very positive, and I'm not perfect, so sometimes positivity just don't come, but I realize that I have to forgive people and meet them where they are. And I know this, I know this because I do practice being mindful and conscious and all that stuff, but sometimes people tick you off and you just want to be mad, and I realize you just have to forgive people because you're really mad about stuff and they probably forgot about it and have moved on, and you're sitting there sulking about things that you just cannot change, that are not in your power to change. And so sitting on that mountain, I realized, okay, you just got to forgive and move on. That's what you have to do. And I made that choice, and I felt better about that because then I wound up having a really good time because I wasn't letting crap crowd my mind. So that turned out to be really good. But listen, I want to get on with our horoscope today. Today is May 6th. The horoscope is brought to you by astrologer Michael Thyssen, and we're going to kick it off with Aries. I just wanted to share that a little bit about my trip to Vegas, and I will post a few pictures on the website later. So let's get into the horoscope. Aries, good day for romance. Erratic behavior may confuse others, and mood swings may result in isolation. A day at the beach may satisfy the whole family. Ooh, let me tell you something. Beaches are beautiful. Water is great. It's great for soothing the mind and the spirit. So if you can get to some water today, Aries, go ahead and make your way to the beach. Taurus, get thinking about prolonging longevity. Secret love affairs may be enticing. However, you must be prepared for restraints that will follow. Try to enlist the help of those you trust in order to fulfill the demands being made on you. Listen, don't fall for the secret. Don't fall for the secret love affair, Taurus. Don't do it. If it's a secret, you shouldn't do it. That's a hint. If it's a secret love affair, you probably shouldn't be doing it, so don't do it. Repercussions may be very strong later. That's just me saying that. Michael didn't say that part. Okay, Gemini, take a look at your legal position. Education may be the answer. Get involved in sports events that will benefit your physical appearance. So you want to look good, Gemini, do some activities that involve sports. I think I'm going to go bowling this weekend. I haven't bowled in a minute. I like bowling. I don't know why I don't go. I let all this business stuff get in the way of the things which I need to stop doing that. But anyway, I keep going. Cancer, you can increase the value of your dwelling. Look into residential moves that will give you more space. Don't make a move. Your confusion has caused this dilemma, and you are best to back away from the situation. You need to spend time with friends and family. All right, spend more time with your friends and family, Cancer, because life is short. You just never know. Just never know, man. Life is really short. I lost a friend over the weekend. We lost his brother in October, and they were really, really tight, and they were so funny. And I think it was Friday morning, my mom called me, and she told me he had passed away. And I've known him for over 20 years, and he was a really funny guy. And I just saw him in October at his brother's funeral, and they were young, and he looks fun. We was talking, we were laughing, we were reminiscing about the old days when we were younger, just having a good time. And they said he was talking to some family members, said he felt short of breath and just passed away. He had a heart attack. So life is short. Spend some time with your family and friends. Just do it. Just spend the time. Leo, you need more time to think this whole situation through. You may have a problem at work with a female coworker. You can solidify your relationship if you plan a special evening with your mate. Take some time out. Plan that special time with your mate, Leo. I just said it. Time is not on our side. We think time is on our side, but it's not. So take the time to say I love you. Take the time to spend some time with your family and friends. Virgo, don't let your mate bully you into thinking that you owe them your time and your life. Take a close look at documents before signing on the dotted line. You can get weight loss. You can get into a weight loss program or go out and change your image with a new look in clothing, hairstyle, and attitude. Change your attitude, baby. Listen, Virgo, if you want to look good, you do whatever it takes, but don't let somebody put demands on you that you're not comfortable with. And people will do that. They will put demands on you and try to demand your time and everything, but don't do it. And it's tough sometimes. It's tough because we want to help people that we love, but sometimes you just got to say no. All right. So this is a great segue into this song I'm about to play. I'll be right back after this song to continue bringing you the horoscope on May 6th, brought to you by astrologer Michael Thyssen.
I wanna run away, wanna make mistakes now, 'cause I don't wanna stay, wanna live my own life, wanna feel passion for something or someone that makes my world turn upside down, wanna give it up for something or someone that's better than this. So don't be too offended, I have to leave. There's nothing in for me, no. I'm not fitting in, I
Hey, welcome back to Good Morning Gwinnett. I'm your host, Audrey Bell Kearney, giving you the daily horoscopes about what's going on in the zodiac world. We left off at Libra. We're going to pick it up right there. Libra, you will be viewed as a sensitive, compassionate individual, and others will ask. So I got to tell you a quick story about that. So I used to do radio back in Jersey, right? And so the station manager, I'm just used to saying ask. I forgot what I used to say, but I was not saying ask. And so he said to me, he was very particular, right? He said to me, you're not saying it right. And I'm like, not saying what right? He's like, ask. He said, you're saying ask. That's what I was saying. I was saying ask. He said, it's not ask, it's ask. And I said, oh, okay, ask. So I just wanted to tell you that it was funny because he hated it. His name was Bob. Shout out to Bob in Jersey if you're listening over there, WKMB 1080. I think it's 1080, 1070. Anyway, you'll be viewed as a sensitive, compassionate individual, and others will ask you for advice. Your ability to deal with others will help you in getting the support you need. Don't let lovers cost you money or take advantage of you. Be careful, Libra. Don't let anybody take advantage of you or cost you money, because money is hard to come by sometimes, depending on who you are. Scorpio, you can get into self-awareness groups. You can get into self-awareness groups or look into physical enhancement programs. Changes to your self-image will be to your benefit as long as you don't overpay. Do your best, but don't make too many promises or you may exhaust yourself. Don't overpromise and underdeliver. You don't want to do that. That puts a bad spirit experience on your name, Scorpio. So just do what you can do and don't make so many promises. You're going to exhaust yourself and you probably won't do very well either. Sagittarius, you can ask for favors, but don't take them for granted. Don't be too quick to blame others for your bad mood. Your lover may cost you financially. But it's a lot of money stuff going on this week right here today for people. Watch out for the money, folks. It's a lot of money energy here. Not good money energy either. Just be careful. Capricorn, listen, but don't make any rash decisions. Go out shopping today. Be sure to sidestep those who are eccentric or unpredictable. Okay, Aquarius, try to keep ahead of the game. Your mind will be on matters that deal with secret affairs. Acknowledge your lover's needs. Okay, some more secret affairs. I think Taurus was kind of something about some secret affairs. Listen, if it's a secret, you probably shouldn't be doing it. And my fellow fish, Pisces, you may get upset with peers or relatives. Your changing attitudes may be causing concerns for your partner. Relatives will want to get together. So my people who want to get together, hit me up later on this evening. I will probably be available. Listen, the gun shop downtown Lawrenceville caught fire on Saturday. This poor gun shop has had a lot of problems. Like a couple years ago, I drove by there and there was a tractor trailer was inside the side of the building. Like some kind of way, they were doing some street work and the trailer was parked and some smart person decided they wanted to go and drive the trailer and drove the trailer right into the side of the gun shop. So now then they had to rebuild, and they did. Thank God for insurance, because I'm sure that's how they did it. But they rebuilt the gun shop, made it all better. Now the place is caught a fire. So firefighters responded to the blaze at Bullseye Indoor Range and Gun Shop on West Krogan about 10:20 on Saturday. Apparently there was they were shooting some rounds, and one of the rounds, a tracer round, they were shooting, it caught fire. It ignited and caught fire. People were able to get out of there and they were able to get the fire under control. But, a part of the building is burnt, and they're probably going to have to rebuild again because if the fire department had to put some holes in the roof to put the fire out and get some ventilation going in there. The retail side of the business was not affected, but the gun range was affected. So they're probably going to have to rebuild again. Man, I'm telling you, that poor gun shop is catching, you know what? I mean, really, it has just been crazy. And I know they're probably saying the same thing, like, again? Wow. That was breaking news for me. Listen, this is the part of this show where I like to do a segment called People Helping People. And this is where I give a shout out to a nonprofit that's doing some great things in the community. And, because these are the people who are on the grounds helping folks that we cannot get to. However, we can support them by making donations of money, food, clothing, time, whatever you can do to help. So this particular company is called American Kidney Service. And they pick up a lot of clothes. They are always at my house because every time we go and clean out the closet, we have a lot to give away. It's a nonprofit, and believe it or not, if you donate to nonprofits, you can get a receipt to file it on your taxes at the end of the year. But they help kidney patients by providing them with clothes and they pick up a lot of clothes. I know they pick up a lot for me. They will call you, they will schedule a pickup, and they have locations all over, and this is to help fight kidney disease. A few weeks ago, I thought I had a problem with my kidneys because my back was hurting so bad, and I went to the doctor, and they took a urine sample, and they said they saw crystals. Now, the crazy thing is, they saw a lot of protein in my urine, and they saw crystals, and they told me that could be a sign of kidney stones. So I had to quickly snap myself out of where I was going, because when they said that to me, I started to freak out mentally. And I'm like, okay, pull it together. It's probably nothing. And I got a scare like this in 2017. I had gone to the doctor for my back again. My back is always bothering me. And my back doctor said, they saw something on my ovaries. So I'm thinking, okay, but he was like, nah. She's like, oh, it's probably nothing, because he was just a spine doctor. But they did an MRI and they saw something. And I went to my primary care and I told them what the doctor said, gave him the report and everything. So she ordered an ultrasound, I think it was, and I think a CAT scan or something. But she ordered that and they got the results back. And I'm never going to forget this. It was 2017. It was St. Patrick's Day. And I was getting dressed. It was early in the morning, about 9 o'clock. I was getting dressed and I got a phone call. So I answered. And here's the funny thing. I never answer calls from numbers I don't know. Right. But this particular morning, something said answer the phone. So I answered the phone, and the guy on the phone, he said, "Hi, good morning. May I speak to Audrey?" And I said, "Oh, this is Audrey." He was just really bubbly and cheerful. He said, "Hi, this is Kyle calling from the doctor's office. Just want to give you your results." And I said, "Oh, okay." He said, "Yeah, apparently you have cancer." And I said, "Did you say I had cancer?" And he said, "Yeah." He said, "But the good news is it has not spread." Well, of course, I fell to pieces right on the phone. And I'm thinking, and that's exactly how he said it. And I'll never forget that, because that was like, I was shook, and I was a mess. And here's the thing, that was March 17th. And I went to the oncologist, and, I always ask God for signs. So, give me a sign that everything's going to be okay. And my sign is always butterflies, right? And I remember going to the oncologist to do the meeting with her, and she asked me some questions and things like that. And she ordered another MRI. So I had a second MRI. And but when I went I went down to Emory to the Winship Cancer Center, and I walked in and I was going to get on the elevator. And as soon as I turned the corner to get on the elevator and I looked to my left, there was a wall, right, full of nothing but butterflies. Look, I don't know what they were doing, but they had butterflies posted all over that wall. And I looked at the wall and I was like, wow, that was amazing to me. Like, that was God talking to me. And in that moment, it was like, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be all right. And I got on the elevator and I could not believe, it was butterflies everywhere. So I go into the MRI, and they, I had to take all the bobby pins out my hair and things like that. And I get on the MRI table, and, they're talking to me, telling me what to do. And I look up at the ceiling inside of the MRI room, and there are butterflies all on the ceiling. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I hear you, Lord. I hear you. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you that story. But anyway, so if you want to make a donation, believe it or not, these organizations, they help people feel better. For me, it was butterflies. But to people who are dealing with sickness, especially kidney disease, They help donate clothing and things like that. And you'll be surprised at the little things that make people feel better, especially when they're going through it. I lost my sister-in-law some years ago to kidney disease. She fought a very long fight with kidney disease, and she was very young. She might have been in her 40s, and she had 3 children that she had to leave behind. And she fought a long fight with kidney disease, and she had a kidney transplant and everything, but she couldn't pull it all the way out. So this organization helps with that. They help with, people who have kidney disease. And so I thought for a second that something was wrong with mine, but when I went to my urologist, he told me everything was fine, and I felt blessed. I didn't put a lot of pressure on myself or misery, but there are some people who are going through it. So your donation helps. So if you want to help American Kidney Services, you can do that by going to akaspickup.org, akaspickup.org. If you got a donation, you can go there, go to the website, schedule a donation, because you can schedule it right online, or you can call them at 855-840-0926. Again, that number is 855-840-0926, or just go to the website, www.akspickup.org. These organizations help a lot of people, and anytime I can help, whatever little bit I can do, we do. My mother and I and my daughter, my niece, we gave a lot of stuff last year. Like, it was constantly just cleaning out. And I think they take magazines, and I'm a magazine junkie, for those of you who don't know it. I love magazines. There's magazines pretty much all over my house. Like, coffee is addiction for some people. Magazine is my secret addiction. I love magazines. They soothe me. They relax me. They help me to relax. Even though they're probably business magazines, and I read O and Essence, but for the most part, I read a ton of business magazines. They help me relax. So that's my addiction. And it's not really an addiction. It's just it's a habit. It's something that I like, and it is what it is. All right, we're going to a song, and I'll be back to continue to give you the rundown about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. Be right back.
You lying by my side, I can't sleep, already tried, but still I dream away, thinking about the way it was, or maybe just the two of us. We had it all, but we got lost with nothing left to say. Days turned into months, you're still the one I want, but I carry on, yeah. But all the memories live inside of me, even when you're gone. How I miss the sun, missing all the fun. Do you think about me now and then? How I miss the sun, looking into those eyes, wishing that somehow we could go back again. One more time, baby, yeah. Oh, sunshine. Always used to hold my hand, painted our hearts in the sand, kissing while we made new plans, but still I dream away, thinking about the way it was, maybe just the two of us. We had it all, but we got lost with nothing left to say, yeah. Days turned into months, still the one I want, but I carry on, yeah. All the memories live inside of me, even when you're gone. How I miss the sun, missing all the fun. Do you think about me now and then? How I miss the sun, looking into those eyes, wishing that somehow we could go back again. One more time, baby. Ooh, I'm missing my sunshine. need you, I need you. One more time now, baby girl. You and I could run the world. Girl, I thought that you were the one. How I miss the sun, missing all the sun. Do you think about me now and then? How I miss the sun, looking into those eyes, wishing that somehow we could go back again. One more time, baby, yeah. I'm missing my sunshine, missing the sunshine.
Hey, welcome back to Good Morning Gwinnett. It's your girl, Audrey Bell Kearney, giving you a daily rundown about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. Listen, the chamber member community leaders went to Washington, D.C. to meet with some of the representatives this past week. And more than 30 Gwinnett County elected officials and community and business leaders went to North Washington, D.C. this week to talk with both of Georgia's senators as well as two of the county's 3 congressmen. The Gwinnett Chamber organized a D.C. meeting. Let's call a fly-in. The local leaders met with U.S. Representative Woodall, Jody Hice, as well as U.S. Senators Isakson and David Perdue during their trip to discuss a wide range of issues. It was a great event. You know, they got a chance to talk to these people about things that directly affect Georgia and especially Gwinnett County. It's always beneficial to hear from the community leaders. Isakson said with one shared voice, you know, on behalf of Congress. He was speaking for all of them. You know, it was great. During the visit, there was a roundtable discussion between the local officials and Isakson, Perdue, and Woodall and Hice, and they discussed economic development. They discussed water, energy, and environment, healthcare, transportation, education, tourism, entertainment, the arts, and workforce issues. Woodall's office said the group met with the White House Council of Economic Advisors Chairman Kevin Hassett. So listen, they went there. They went on our behalf. If you want to read the full article, you can do so by going to GwinnettDailyPost.com and check it out. It's the full and read the full article there. They had a lot to say. A lot was going on. I think it's important for us to have people that represent what we're doing here in our community, and they are serious about this community as I am. That's why I talk about it every day. I try to get more involved in things that's going on. And, you know, that's why I'm doing the Gwinnett Citizens Academy 101, because I want to learn about the county. I want to learn about the government, how it's working. I'm going to be doing more volunteer stuff because I just want to be a contributor to the community as much as I can. I love this community that I live in. And so, you know, anything I can do to help and bring some awareness to some things and it's not only awareness, but also celebrate people and places that are doing some great things. I like to do that. So they were there on the hill talking about things that matter to us, right? Yeah, that's right. So councilmen make a push for Gwinnett to handle city elections. And so some people saying, do you think that's wise? Gwinnett is the only major metro Atlanta county that doesn't administer elections for the cities within its bounds. That means voters in Gwinnett, 13 cities, may have to go one place to vote in the county, state and federal races, and another place to vote for the mayor and the city council and other local matters. If the election coincides, that generally means voters have to hit 2 polling places in one day. And that's kind of crazy. It's already bad enough that some of those lines are ridiculously long. And so if you got to vote for the city level here and for the state and federal level here, that's just crazy. I think that's crazy. But they say it's been that way for a long time. The county now has nearly 1 million people. It's like 970,000 to be somewhat exact. And so, but some officials want to change that. They want some changes, and kind of makes sense. Like it really does. Peachtree Corner Councilman Eric Christ is pushing for the county election board to strike a policy prohibiting Gwinnett from helping run municipal elections. So he want to stop that. From there, he hopes the county and local cities can develop a framework for future collaboration. So I don't know. We'll see what happens there. I think running all around to vote I think that hinders the votes too. Like man, I don't. First of all, if you go after work, let me just say this: if you go vote after work, you're gonna enter that's the thing. And then if you don't, and I'm not making excuses because you can eat early voting and ballot voting and things like that. But for the people who do that, and they like me, I don't do early voting. I like to go in there and cast my vote in person. That's what I do. And my husband does the same thing. Now he works in Marietta. And so he works in Marietta, and he happened to, when it's time for us to vote, he gets off a little early because he knows he's going to run into traffic. But if we had to go to two separate places to vote, it'd be like, that sucks. We go to one place to vote on everything, which I'm glad about that. Now, I don't know if that's because I'm in unincorporated Gwinnett County. I'm still learning about that whole thing, like the city limits of Lawrenceville, and I'm in unincorporated Lawrenceville, so maybe that's why I go to the same polling location pretty much for everything, but some people may not, and the traffic is horrendous. So we'll see what happens with that. Gwinnett's longtime DA is considering running as a Democrat in 2020. So right now, he is a Republican. I kind of wonder about that because I don't understand that either. So, okay, let me just go ahead. Longtime Gwinnett County District Attorney Danny Porter says he'll run for re-election one more time in 2020, and he'll consider doing it as a Democrat. I'm going to run, Porter told the AJC on Thursday afternoon, and if I'm going to run, my plan is to run however it gives me the best chances of success. Now, Porter was first elected as Gwinnett Top's prosecutor in 1992, running as a Republican, and then all 6 times he's been reelected, though he has not had an opponent since his inaugural campaign. So he hasn't had an opponent since 1992. How about that? People must really like him, both Democrats and Republicans. That's all but certain to change in 2020 with at least one candidate, Democrat and local attorney Wesley Pearson, already having announced intentions of running. While Porter believes the job should be a nonpartisan position to begin with, he's well aware that Gwinnett County's rapidly shifting politics. There was a big push to turn Gwinnett blue, and there still is. And so, but okay, here's my thought, and somebody may need to tell me this because I don't quite understand this. So, if you have run as a Republican for the last 20 years or so, 20 odd years, right? That's who you've been, a Republican. Now it's time for you to run again. You're going to run as a Democrat. Have your views changed, or are you just trying to win? Are you still a Republican at heart, but if you run as a Democrat, you are more likely to win? Somebody need to explain that to me, because have your views changed up until now it's time for you to run? Now you want to be a Democrat because it looks like Gwinnett is turning blue. Same thing if you were a Democrat all your life and all of a sudden you became a Republican because you were trying to win an election. What are you at heart? So someone needs to tell me that, because I'm a little skeptical when it comes to that. Like, if you've been a Republican or a Democrat your whole life and all of a sudden now you want to become one party that you weren't because the time has changed and circumstances have changed. Somebody need to give me a little bit of education on that, because I'm a little confused on that. Like, I'm reading this and I'm saying to myself, well, I probably wouldn't vote for you. If you're a Republican and now you're gonna become a Democrat and I'm a Republican, and I don't quite understand that. So maybe someone can kind of shed a little light on that for me, because I'm a little bit confused about it. Like, either, in my opinion, now I understand that some people just say, you know what, this party suck or that party suck, and I don't want to be a part of it. I get that part, but when you say I'm changing because I want to win, that kind of puts a little bad taste in my mouth. So, moving right along in the political world, a trio of bills backed by Senator P.K. Martin was signed into law, and I think these were some really important bills. The 3 bills that were authored by State Senator P.K. Lawrence, Republican of Lawrenceville, dealt with cardiac arrest among high school athletes. I think this is one of the most saddest things ever. And I was talking to my husband about this and my daughter. We are told to go and get a mammogram every year, get your prostate checked, get your colon checked. But they don't say, and heart disease is the number 1 killer in the world. Like, it is, and especially in the United States. I feel like everybody should get their heart checked every year, because for me, I hear people die. They just drop dead because they have some kind of heart issue that they never had a clue about. And so these kids went into cardiac arrest and they passed. So, I think that's a great bill. So it's called Senate Bill 60, which is also known as the Jeremy Nelson and Nick Blakely Sudden Cardiac Arrest Prevention Act. Nelson was a 7th grader from Beaufort area who died after he collapsed at a basketball game in 2013. Blakely was a Lawrenceville native who died after he collapsed during a football practice in 2017 at Stetson University. They had heart problems that nobody knew about, and these are young people, but they're old people. I think one person that stands out in my mind, and I remember saying, well, he didn't know, was John Ritter. From Three's Company. He had a heart problem and he didn't even know it. So, but there are a lot of people walking around. And then when your kids play sports, you take them, you get a physical, you get their weight, you get their height and all that stuff. Those are the things that they look at. But now, me personally, if my kid was in sports, if I had, and I got a nephew that plays, and I got a nephew that coaches, but I would want to go get his heart checked, because I want to make sure that there are no blockages and there's no leaky valves, and and I feel like that should be like one of those things on your wellness. Mammogram is on your wellness, your colon is on your wellness. These things are, your prostate is on your wellness. That's a part of wellness care. I feel like your heart should be a part of wellness care as well. So I think that's a great bill that PK Martin has signed into law. I think it's going to, help a lot of people, especially save a lot of lives. The bill requires schools to hold 2 informational meetings with student athletes, parents each year to discuss signs that indicate sudden cardiac arrest may be coming. I think that's so important. I need to find out more about that. Coaches may also complete training to recognize symptoms of cardiac arrest before they can coach at interscholastic athletic activity. So the coaches are going to be trained, and the parents and teachers are going to be trained. It's just, I think it's great. That was one of the bills PK signed into law. He also signed in State Bill 60 to protect student athletes. Was that the one I just talked about? Yeah, State Bill 60 was one. State Bill 48 mandates that the State Board of Education must come up with policies that address, identify, and screen referrals for students with dyslexia. Another very important bill, because sometimes kids don't even know they have dyslexia. They think that there's something wrong with them. They know something's wrong, they just don't know what it is, and they don't know how to handle it. And the third bill that was signed into law was Senate Bill 108. It requires middle and high school schools in Georgia to offer computer science classes to students. Listen, I think that is another great bill. He has signed, to me, 3 great bills into law. Computer science should be offered to students, because technology is not going anywhere. It's changing the way we do everything. I was in Vegas and I met this woman on the plane. She was so nice. Her name is Kim Evans, and she lives in Florida. She lives in Key West. And she said to me, and she's so funny. She's a little lady, she was a little tiny little lady, but she was so nice and she was so personable. And she's not old. She's probably like my age. She might be younger. But anyway, she was telling me that she was in Vegas and she caught a Lyft car. She caught Lyft, right? But it was the autonomous driving car. So the car drove itself. So she caught a Lyft that drove itself. And she said, man, that is so freaking amazing. So she is a limo driver. And she said when she gets back to Florida, she is going to see how she can switch to Lyft and be one of those autonomous car, drive one of those autonomous cars. And I thought that was so great. My purpose for saying that is that, listen, we need to make sure that our children are in a position to compete when it comes to technology. And that needs to start. It needs to start in first grade, because these kids are super smart. The babies know how to use the iPads and the iPhones. So they need to start in first grade. For me, I know they said the law says middle school and high schools, but in my opinion, computer science needs to start in first grade, because the kids are already using tablets and iPhones to get things done. So they're going to get a head start, and they need to have a head start because competition is going to be fierce from around the world, and technology is changing everything. And if you don't believe me, just look around you. And if you have not seen the things that technology is doing, you are living in a cloud or in a boat somewhere, and you need to come out. Listen, I'm going to go to a song, and I'm going to come back, and I'm going to wrap it up. I got one more song after that. I'll be right back.
Alright, ooh baby, just hold tight. We're up the moonlight, believe in the magic. On side, we'll make it feel just right. Just look at that bright light, believe in the magic. And we can save you from your past. This bond is always gonna last. When nothing else makes sense, just dance. What you gonna do? We're doing it all. The feeling is so. Baby, you got me. Believe in the magic. We're doing it all. The feeling is so. Baby, you got me. Believe in the magic. Baby, you got me. Slow ride, just you in that baseline. We're way past sunshine. Believe in the magic. Alright, step into the moonlight. Get into that good time. Believe in the magic. And we can save you from your past. This bond is always gonna last. When nothing else makes sense, just dance. Yeah. What you gonna do? We're doing it all. The feeling is so. Maybe you got me. Believe in the magic. We're doing it all. The feeling is so. Maybe you got me. Believe in the magic. Maybe you got me. Maybe you got me. We're doing it all. The feeling is so. Baby, you got me. We're doing it all. The feeling is so. Baby, you got me. Believe in the magic. We're doing it all. The feeling is so. Baby, you got me. Believe in the magic. We're doing it all. The feeling is so. Baby, you got me. Believe in the magic. We're doing it all. The feeling is so. Baby, you got me. Believe in the magic. I believe it. Baby, you got me. Believe in the magic. Yeah. Baby, you got me. Believe in the magic.
Hey, welcome back to Good Morning Gwinnett. I'm your host, Audrey Bell, currently giving you the daily rundown about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. Gwinnett is celebrating Older Americans Month this month of May. So the month of May, Gwinnett County Health and Human Services and Gwinnett County Parks and Recreations are celebrating Older Americans Month during the month of May. Several events are going to reflect the theme, Connect, Create, and Contribute. The theme is designed to encourage older adults to connect with friends and family and with services that support learning, health, and personal enrichment. Seniors are also urged to share their time and talent and experience to benefit others. You got a lot of stuff, if you have made it to your senior years, I'm sure you have a lot of experiences to share with others. So if you can do that, do it. On May 7th, which is tomorrow, the Gwinnett County Board of Commissioners will present a proclamation recognizing the positive impact and contributions older adults makes to the vitality of our community and individual lives. So that's pretty cool. I like that. I think that's nice. If you want to know more about that particular story, you can go to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, AJC.com, and click on Gwinnett County and get that local news, because they do our news as well. And I pull my news from Gwinnett Daily Post. I also pull it from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, which is cool because they have news sometimes that Gwinnett don't have. This lady asked me, this was cool. Her name was Lisa, and she and I have been meeting up. She's from Florida as well, but she's from Gwinnett. She lives in Florida, and she and I have been going to this really cool event every Tuesday to get off the air. And so she said to me, I listen to your show and I love it. That is the best thing someone can say to you. When you do this, they love the show. She said, I love the show. She said, someone else explore Gwinnett we're doing, and she said, because I just love the show. And I thought that was really cool. So she asked me, she said, but where do you get all these events? I said, I do a lot of research, and it's a lot of places it's a ton of events that go on. I can't even get, she said, really? I said, I cannot even get to all of the events that go on. I just have to pull out some events that I find that are interesting, and I talk about those events. So I said, but I pull that news from different news sources and event sources. And so, and there's a lot of stuff going on here. I tell people all the time, and I think I said this before, but when I first moved here, because I had moved to the country once before, and I'm talking about literally in the country. I think they had 2 stoplights in that town, and my friends came down to visit. They thought I had lost my mind. They was like, oh my God, they live in the country. And my husband had this beautiful, I'm at heart, I am country at heart. I was born in Georgia, raised in Jersey, but I am country for real at heart. I'm talking about real country. But a lot of people don't know that. But we had a beautiful Victorian, right? The house was big. It had these really big white posts. It was a big white house, right? And for me, it was like a dream house. And everybody else thought I had lost my freaking mind because it was old. It needed a lot of work. It had propane heat or something. It was crazy. And I was in love with that house. I really, really was. And if I could pick that house up and bring it to Georgia and put it on some land, I probably would. It was beautiful to me. To most people, it was old and raggedy. To me, I saw the beauty and the charm of that house, and I fell in love with it. So I'm country at heart. But there are a lot of events, and I just can't get to them all. But I try to bring you some. And so just on that note, I'm going to talk about, so the Gwinnett Relay sets a high fundraising goal as 2019 event approaches. So their goal for this year, Joyce Kennedy is a Gwinnett native through and through. She's a graduate of Northwell High School. She still lives in the county, and she's been involved with Gwinnett County Relay for Life for 22 years, and she's been a team leader for 19 years. Wow, that is amazing. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I got to get to. I want to be involved like that. I just have to find what that is, But anyway, they've set a team goal of $25,000. But they're already approaching $33,000 raised with Gwinnett County Signature Relay for Life event 1 week away. And so it's 1 week away. The survivor ceremony will be at the fairgrounds at 4 p.m. If you want to get out there and participate in that, you can. It's a fundraising event. They're looking for, the goal this year is $1.8 million. They're trying to raise $1.8 million. That is huge. Gwinnett Relay raised more than $2 million 9 out of 10 years from 2002 to 2011. The last 3 years, the team has raised $1.72 million, and then $1.5 million, and $1.5 million again last year. And now, so this year the goal is $1.8 million. So listen, go out. It's going to be something nice if you want to, participate and help out and just have some fun and get to meet your neighbors and family and friends that is approaching, and they have a huge goal they're trying to reach, so they could use your help in reaching that goal. I think it's great. I need to figure out, I'm going to leave that story up because I might want to, I want to do some things. Yeah, that sounds amazing. It's so many events. I want to get to them all, and I miss a lot because I'm traveling a lot. So I miss a lot of things that I wish I can get to, but I can't. All right. The invention of money and saving tips. There's a workshop today. If you want to know about money and savings, you want your kids to know about money and savings, the Gwinnett Public Library is holding the workshop today, so you can check that out. Where did it go? Oh, okay. It's today at 4 p.m. It's going to be at the Duluth branch, located at 3480 Duluth Park Lane in Duluth, Georgia. It's about money and savings. We're going to get some tips about that. We can always use more information about how to save money. That's from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. It's going to be at the Gwinnett Public Library, the Duluth branch, located at 3480 Duluth Park Lane. So go check that out. Learn how to, manage your money. I'm going to go to my last song. I'm going to be right back to finish the rundown and finish up the show. Stay tuned.
You know I never will make it by, and I can't breathe if it isn't you and I won't make it without you by my side. I can walk, can't stand, can't talk, can't fly without you. I'm so lost without you. I won't make it without you. I'm so lost without you. I won't make it without you. I don't care what the others say, and I still think of you night and day, and yeah, I'm lost my way, I can't walk, can't stand, can't talk, can't fly without you. I'm so lost without you. I won't make it without you. I'm so lost without you. I won't make it without you.
Hey, welcome back to Good Morning Gwinnett. This is your girl, Audrey Bell Kearney, giving you a daily rundown about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. Listen, if you're looking to expand, dream, inspire, courage, and harmony, there's an event going on today at 12 o'clock at Boulder Creek Coffee Shop located at 233 East Krogan Street. It's a great event. I've been to that event. I can't go today because I got something going on. But if you want to just be inspired and be uplifted and just feel great when you leave, this is a great group. I've been to their events. I love them. I think they're doing some great things to make people feel good about who they are. It's bringing consciousness and awareness to everyday living, helping you be okay with where you are in life and helping you feel empowered. So check it out. It's a women's group, Dream, Inspire, Courage, and Harmony. Today, 12 o'clock, Boulder Creek Coffee Shop, 233 East Krogan Street in Lawrenceville. Check it out. I think you'll enjoy, especially if you are, if you are a person who are being mindful and conscious living, and you want to be aware of what's going on around you, that type of thing, you might want to check it out. Okay, if you want to know about chess, the chess club is having an event tonight at the Gwinnett Public Library, the Duluth branch, again at 6 p.m. They're going to be there. Come learn to play. If you want to learn listen, I've heard that people know how to play chess are like, they're like those almost genius people. I tried to learn years ago, but, and I consider myself a little bit of a genius, but I don't know. Anyway, I digress. If you want to learn how to play chess, tonight the chess club is going to be at the Duluth Branch Public Library, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. That's located at 3480 Duluth Park Lane in Duluth, Georgia. Go on out and learn how to play some chess, if you will. If you're looking for something a little bit more relaxing and just something that the whole family could take part in, tonight is family movie night at Tannery Row. So if you want to go out there and have family movie night, you can. Movie starts at 6 o'clock. I don't know what the movie is for tonight, but it starts at 6 o'clock, family movie night. Check it out at Tannery Row. Let me see what the movie is tonight. You can dine in, watch the movie on a 17 feet tall television screen. It's for the whole family. Kids eat free. That's kind of nice. Listen, when kids can eat free, that's nice. Tannery Row is located at Tannery Row House. Row L House is located at 554 West Main Street in Beaufort. You got questions for them, you can call them at 678-765-8979. Again, that's 678-765-8979. And again, they're located at 554 West Main Street in Beaufort. And that's tonight, every Monday night, 6 to 8 o'clock. Family movie night. So check it out. Now, if you more on the sports side and you like sports and you want to go out and, enjoy some sports tonight, the Georgia Swarm playoff is taking place. The tickets are $45. You can see the Swarm take the playoff title against the Toronto Rock for a shot at the Easy Division title. All right. That's tonight, 6 o'clock, May 6th. Infinite Energy Center, 6400 Sugarloaf Parkway, and that's in Duluth. Tickets are $45. You want some excitement, go get your ticket for that. Okay, guys, that brings me to the end of the show. And at the end of the show, I like to say something inspirational. First of all, I want to say thank you for listening to me and thank you for sharing the show. My numbers are showing that the show is growing, and I'm excited about that. I had this really big bodacious goal to get to 1 million downloads or subscribers or a combination of both. And by the fact that you're sharing the show with people, I am truly, truly, truly grateful for that. And thank you so much for doing that. For those of you who I'm touching, please go over to the website and just shoot me an email, audrey@goodmorninggwinnett.com, and let me know, how you like the show. Let me know what you want to hear on the show as I move forward. So I like to close the show out with a little bit of inspiration, because I think it helps you kind of get your day, keep your day going. So especially those of you who are at work right now, you say, man, I hate being here. I just want to, give you some inspiration. So my inspiration for the day is dream big and doubt small. Dream big and doubt small. What you put your attention on grows. So you want to put your attention on things that's going to help you reach the goals that you set for your life. So don't focus on doubt. Don't focus on fear. Don't focus on pain. Focus on happiness, purpose, optimism, and dream big. Don't be afraid to dream big. Some people are afraid, and don't be afraid to live out those dreams. Live out loud, because life is really, really short. We lost John Singleton last week. We lost Luke Perry a few weeks before that. Perfectly okay, and they just had a stroke and passed away. So you want to make sure that you live out loud, and don't be afraid to dream big, and don't focus so much on your doubts and your fears. Focus on the things that you want out of life, and make them a reality. What you focus on grows. So why not focus on good things? Don't focus on the bad stuff. And I know sometimes that's easier said than done, but if you try to make a conscious decision that when you know things are going wrong and doubt creeps in, because doubt will creep in. It creeps into me all the time. But if you look at my office, I'm surrounded by positivity. I got a wall of fame with all the women that I admire on that wall. I got up there, I got Mary Kay, I got Rachel Ray, I got Kathy Hughes, I got B. Smith, I got Sheila Johnson, I got Madam C.J. Walker, Oprah, Michelle Obama, Tyra Banks, Queen Latifah. These are the people that are on my wall that I draw inspiration from. to keep me going, because I know they all started very modest like I did, like all of them. Like none of them was rich. They were all very modest people, you know, and they didn't let doubt and fear hold them back. They let their desire to be who they are lead them. They dreamt big, and they are huge right now. All of them are huge in their own rights. And so they did that because they focused on the big dream. So listen, that's all I got for you today. If you missed the episode, make sure to go over to goodmorninggwinnett.com and check it out. Share the show with your friends. Download the apps. And my Alexa app should be finished pretty soon. I'm excited about that because we have 2 Alexas in the house and Android tablets and things like that. So it's going to be pretty nice to say, Alexa, open Good Morning Gwinnett, and it plays. That's going to be exciting for me because, listen, that's that technology I'm talking about. When you can talk to a freaking machine and it follows your direction, that's where we're going. That's why it's important that we have computer science in these schools. So thank you, PK Martin, for that bill. All right, that's all I got for you. Check us out, share the show, and I'll be back again tomorrow, God willing. And until next time, make it a great day.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in daily at 9 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you missed an episode, go to www.goodmorninggwinnett.com to catch up. If you like this episode, go ahead and subscribe to the show now and share it with your friends.